You and IDOL PRECURE has very special music. So for today's video, we are checking out a super nice interview with both music composers from You and IDOL, Fukasawa Erika and Umase Misaki. Hello everyone, it's Leo, and the interview we're checking out today was published on Animedia with both music composers from You and IDOL PRECURE. Fukasawa Erika is the composer who does the background music, and Umase Misaki is the composer who does the stage songs for this show. This is one of the rare instances in which Precure has two composers when it comes to the music, and they did this because this season is special when it comes to this aspect because we have lots of stage songs. So Umase Misaki is the second composer responsible for the stage songs from You and IDOL PRECURE. When it comes to Fukasawa Erika, she already composed music for both Hirogaru Sky PRECURE and Wonderful PRECURE. One thing about music composers in the PRECURE franchise is that usually they last for 3 seasons, and after the 3rd season, they are replaced by another composer. And so this is the 3rd season from Fukasawa Erika. Maybe this is going to be her last season. And then next year, we're going to have another music composer joining the Precure universe. We don't really know, but we can guess based on past patterns. But they can obviously always surprise us with new ways of handling the franchise. We know that happens a lot with Precure. And so for Umase Misaki, she has worked with Precure before in specific instances. She has done some character songs in Precure. And the first time she worked in Precure was with Star Twinkle Precure, the movie, in which she composed the music, the theme song for that movie. I mean, come on. That's amazing. That's like mind-blowing for sure. When it comes to their music, Fukasawa's music is rich with orchestrations that are reminiscent of classical music, while Umase's music is refreshing and funky, reminiscent of jazz fusion. But obviously, this can change as this is something we are seeing right now with this amazing song, Hibiki Ao Uta, which is the theme song from the You and IDOL PRECURE movie that was composed by Umase Misaki. Girl, this song is everything. I love it already. And since Umase's style is a little bit more funky and jazzy, but in this music, in this specific song, she did a very emotional, a very lyrical, a very classical song. So obviously we are talking about someone who is amazing when it comes to composing music. And so there is this beautiful meeting of two very different composers working together for the season. And so the interview goes to say that all of the stage songs were composed by Umase, and each song really captures the individuality of each Precure. Umase also composed another very beautiful song, which is here in the interview described as touching and emotional, which is Ring, Ring Your Heart. Da-na-na-na-na-na. Kimi to Lulala, the second ending, was obviously also done by Umase, which is an amazing song. I vibe with this song so much, and I am crazy about it. So this interview starts with a very simple question. The theme of this work is idols. How did you feel about that? Fukasawa starts by saying that the Precure she's been involved with has been about heroes, Hirogaru Sky PRECURE, about animals, Wonderful PRECURE, and now about idols. And then she concludes by saying that those are all things that everyone dreams of at least once in their childhood. So she feels like those are themes that are accepted quite naturally by children. Umase also mentions the idea of oshikatsu. We checked out lots of different interviews here on the channel with the director, with the writer, and with the producers as well. And they all mentioned oshikatsu and how important it is. Oshikatsu is the action of supporting the idol you love. supporting basically your favorite idol. So Umase mentions that there's the idea of oshikatsu a lot nowadays. And so she remembers that when she was a child, she had idols that she admired and supported. So it's easy for her to understand how a child feels about an idol because she also felt the same thing when she was a child. And so when they have to create music for this season, they have to create an idol-like song. So are they conscious about it? Umase says that in all of the songs that she was in charge of, she tried to bring each character's unique style. The characters in You and Idol are very specific. They are all very different and they all have distinct personalities. And so she tried to bring those personalities into the music. Inoue, who is one of the music producers who work in You and Idol, asked Umase to create songs with different perspectives for each character because they have the idea, the intention of showing diversity in this show when it comes to the music. So it's really amazing. Fukasawa says that for her, she tried to create different songs from each other. So she also tried to bring something different in the songs that she created. And she uses the transformation theme song as an example, the IDOL PRECURE transformation song as an example. And she says that there is a voice in the transformation song. And her idea was it would be good to have it as a preparation for the transformation. Like if the people are cheering on the cures as they are transforming. So she had the idea or the possibility of having a song as a transformation, but she thought it would be better to have this cheering on while they are transforming. And we can hear that whenever we listen to the transformation theme. And I separated a little bit here, obviously just small parts so that we don't get copyrighted. You know how that goes. Hey. So all of those, hey, this is what she is mentioning here while she's talking about the transformation. And so she says that the shout of hey in the background of the transformation music represents the feelings of the supporters. It's an expression of the excitement of becoming the ideal idol precure. The transformation song for Wonderful Precure also had background voices, and at that time she thought of those background voices being human voices to reinforce the idea of bonds between humans and animals. And this time around, she also added human voices to represent the supporters, the people who are cheering on their favorite idols. That's a very sweet thing. And now let's talk a little bit about each of the stage songs for Idol, Wink, Kyun Kyun, and Zukyun Kiss. So obviously, let's start with Cure Idol. The question was, regarding the songs for each stage that you composed, did you have a different mindset from your usual character songs? And so now it is time for Umase Misaki to try and talk about the songs that she composed in the show. So we have Cure Idol's song, Egao no Unison, and she says that Cure Idol's song needed to have an idol feel. Cure Idol is an incredibly cheerful girl with clear emotions, and so she tried to add a bit of a slapstick feel to the melody of the song. And so she also knew that Uta was going to sing not the same song, but the melody of the song with different lyrics in every episode. So she had to work with a very easy melody to work with. And we obviously came up with this amazing song. Who doesn't love Cure Idol's song? Oh my god, I love this so much. When it comes to Cure Wink, she says that Cure Wink is a kind and clever girl. She's always taking a step back But when she takes a step forward in You and Idol Precure, she becomes a precure. And so she wanted to express that in the chorus of her song. And she tried to keep the song a mid-tempo style because it's her style. It's something that she envisions for Cure Wink. And she tried to do a generous melody and arrangement as well. And we ended with my favorite song particularly. I love this song so much. I am crazy about her song. I said it's my favorite, but at least from the solos, it's my favorite. I have another favorite now. We're going to get there. And then for Kyun Kyun, she says that Kyun Kyun is the type of girl who was always pushing forward. So what did she do to represent this in the music? She made her talk very quickly and included lots of words in the lyrics. So she says that she'd like for kids to challenge themselves to sing the fast-paced chorus part from Kyun Kyun's song Kokoro Revolution. She's talking about this part right here. Girl. Poor kids trying to talk, trying to sing this part. It really must be a lot, but it's amazing. And so for Zukyun Kiss, she believes that Zukyun Kiss, they have a sophisticated, mature feel. And she says that the three idols use the intercoms, which are the microphones. But for Zukyun Kiss, they use handheld microphones. So she tried to create a melody that sounded like they were singing along. I feel like this is very clear in this part of the music right here. Oh my God, this is another song that is really, really a killer. And now she talks a little bit about the transformation music from Zukyun Kiss as well. Since they already talked about the transformation music for the idols by talking about the hey, who. And now Fukasawa-san is back to talk about Zukyun Kiss transformation song. So in Fukasawa's mind, she believes that the Zukyun Kiss transformation, it has two stages. The first stage is from fairy to human, and then from human to cure. And so she tried to show each part clearly in the melody. So the transformation starts with a fairy cutesy look, and then the atmosphere changes. This happens with the transformation music as well. It starts very cute, and then it goes on to change and evolve while the transformation evolves as well. And she also says that they are a mysterious duo. That's how they appear in the show. And the sense of excitement as they transform is something that they both share. Both Zukyun and Kiss, Puryun and Meteran. So she was conscious when she was doing the song for the transformation. And so she added lots of sound details. She added lots of mature details as well, because this is part of the characters. And this can really appear in the transformation as the transformation goes on. This background music is really, really beautiful. I love it. And so she also added difficult chords, and there's also vocal processing. We can hear like the a lot here too. Very beautiful. And she was conscious of those differences while she was creating the music, and it was supposed to be smooth, cool, and mature as well. And so they also give a message to the fans of the show. Fukasawa says that whenever she is creating music, she thinks that the most important thing is that she wants to empathize with the emotions of the viewers. When it comes to Precure, the children who watch the show are more active in the show than adults realize. They feel happy whenever something happy is happening. They feel sad whenever something sad is happening. it feels like they share the emotions with the characters. And so she has to keep on thinking about the show very strongly. And so she also believes that for lots of kids or for lots of people, You and Idol Precure is going to be their Precure debut. And in that case, this season is going to become their Precure identity. She feels that there is a lot of responsibility in this regard. And so she's worked very hard to make this a special work for everyone who has been following the series. The people who have been watching for the first time, and also the people who have been following Precure for a long time. And so she hopes that everyone enjoys the songs from You and Idol. I am definitely doing so. Umase says that she's been involved with the Precure series before, but her experience in You and Idol is different because You and Idol is a series that is full of songs, and she also believes that this season specifically is going to become even more familiar to viewers because the music keeps on repeating, keeps on appearing in every episode. And so she also hopes that these songs will give you a push, will give you courage, will give you motivation, not only when you're watching You and Idol, but in your everyday lives as well. And she hopes that along with the love for Fukasawa-san, she hopes that we, the viewers, are able to feel the love that they put into the music. I feel like this is something that we can really, really feel. And now, talking a little bit more about Precure as a whole, they talk with Fukasawa about something specific. What do you keep in mind when creating music for the Precure series? And so she starts talking a little bit about other experiences that she has. So she says that this is something that she had to think a lot when she was creating music for her first project in Precure, Hirogaru Sky Precure. She also had to work hard in Precure All-Stars F, which was the movie that aired while she was doing her first season. Imagine the pressure. Oh my God. And so whenever she was creating the idea for the music in All-Stars F, she kept on thinking, what is Precure? And so one of the things that she did to try and get the answer for that question was to listen to a lot of music by previous Precure composers. And so she says that the early part of the series had a wonderful orchestral sound done by Naoki Sato. But then what came after that was almost the complete opposite. A sound that some people even call cure metal. I love this name that she gave. And so the interviewer mentions that it was probably Takanashi Yasuharu's powerful rock and roll music. Takanashi Yasuharu has worked on Heart Catch, Sweet and Smile, if I'm not mistaken. This man is truly a beast when it comes to composing music. He's also worked on Sailor Moon, Crystal, Eternal, Cosmos. He's really, really great. And so Fukasawa says that fans accept every Precure composer as Precure music, and they're naturally familiar with every style that is part of the Precure work. And she believes that Precure music in general is sparkly, cute, and cool, but it's not just something superficial like that. It's the result of an artistic work. It's the result of the artisan seriously considering the theme and the characters of the series that will give it that Precure-ness. So when she realized that, when she noticed that, her mind was made up. With Hirogaru Sky, she thought that the music she wrote for the main character Sora and the hero she aspires to be would definitely be Precure-ness, even if she was new to the Precure franchise. And so she intended to write with all her might every single time. It's still a trial and error process that she goes through, but she noticed that in the events that she's been to, like the Hirogaru Sky Precure and Wonderful Precure Thanksgiving events that after the shows are over, she feels that the fan reaction really proves to her that the songs that she did were really well received. And so this time, it is the third time that she's working on Precure, and she's also working for the third time in a movie that is coming up soon. And then she mentions that this time around, she's not working all by herself. There's also Umase Misaki working with her. And she says that she feels that she can work more naturally and calmly. And so Umase says that she believes that the first music that children are exposed to in depth is often precure music. So she's conscious of creating familiar melodies for songs that children can easily recognize. And she thinks, okay, they are anime songs, but they have a pop-like feel as well. And so she is from the generation that watched Futari wa Precure when she was a child, and she listened to Sato's songs from back then. And so when she got the role in Precure, she listened to those songs again. And she feels like she got really nostalgic listening to them, and she felt those warm feelings. And she really wants to carry on the work of those composers who have done this until now. And so she believes, she hopes that children who watch You and Idol Precure when they're very young, they grow up and they keep on remembering the songs that they listened to when they were kids. So that is why she is trying to make songs feel familiar, make songs easy to remember, and also remarkable. And at the same time, she's always trying to incorporate some new elements. And so we talk also a little bit about Trio Dreams, the first ending theme song. And when I said I have a favorite song, it's this one. Oh my God, I got so attached to Trio Dreams, especially after they started performing Trio Dreams in the show. And so Umase said that it seems that they were planning to use Trio Dreams as a stage song, but she doesn't really remember if it was commissioned as the ending song or a stage song. She doesn't really remember, but she did not really. So they composed the song as the ending song, but then when they had to transpose it to the stage song, they were a little in doubt of what to cut because the ending is bigger than the stage song. So they were a little in doubt, but they said that they managed to make it fit. And so the song, the idea behind the song is an addictive song that people can call out and join in with. And we can clearly see that in Trio Dreams, especially in this part right here. I feel like for you. Every time we have a lot of moments in which the audience can interact with the cuers, like for you, and then kira kira. So I thought they sang Kyun Kyun in this part before. Girl, that happened. And she also mentions, Umase also mentions that they tried to make a song that is very up-tempo and funky and upbeat. And they tried to, and since they have the checkered costume and the microphone, they felt very Heisei Idol. And so they tried to incorporate that as well. And so the first thing that they thought for the song was to have a call and response in the intro. Let's sing, let's sing, let's dance. It's very easy for people to sing along and to follow through. And also, they wanted to create a hook that would make the melody feel different from the original. And I think that we can hear in this part right here when they... It's a part that the melody changes a little bit before going into the explosive chorus. Very nice idea, right? And so there's other things to consider when creating the song. There's the intro. Ooh, that is also something that is supposed to be very unique to this ending. So there's a lot of details that they add here to make it explosive and special. And it's supposed to be very different from the second ending, Kimi to Rara, which is a more relaxing song. And for Kimi to Rara, we have a different idea behind it as well. Umase explains that with the number of Precure characters now at 5, she was asked to create a completely different and more emotional song. So what did she do? She slowed down the tempo and came up with a melody that is bright, but she also wanted to give this sense of this ending with a hint of loneliness to this song. And she says that in the full version of Kimi to Rara, there's a lot of developments to make the song even more dramatic. Ooh, girl. I think it's going to sound amazing. And so, Kimi to Rara is really a song that we can feel the emotion. And also the those tones that make it feel like it's really an ending song. And I love that when she mentions that there's a tad bit of loneliness here. I love this song so much as well. Girl, the songs in Human Idol are really, really special. And so this is the interview. And before we finish the video, I want to talk about something. Look, I feel like I also wanted more songs from UN Idol. I'm not going to lie. But having few songs, like we now have 3, 4, 5, 6 songs. We have 6 songs. I mean, counting Kimi to Rara, we have 5 songs, considering the stage songs. And considering the show started in February, I feel like 5 songs, thinking of idols, is not something like new. And I am sorry, I do this a lot. This is my favorite idol group, Juice Juice. This is them in a very beautiful picture of their new single that they're going to release in October that I'm very, very excited for. And I want to bring Juice Juice to the conversation, which is an idol group that have been active for a while. And I want you to look at their schedule, their release schedule. These are their singles. I'm getting their wiki just to make it easy. I am not considering 2023. No, 2022. No, sorry. 2022 is when they released a new album. And 2023, they released a best album. So I'm not considering. But 2024, they only released 1 single with 3 songs. This song had 4 singles because it had a fourth song as well. So in 2024, they released 4 new songs. 4 new songs. And in 2025, so far, they have released 1 single, which is this one. Hatsukoi no Bore and Konniwa Hardy Party. 2 songs in 2025, which is this single right here. And Hatsukoi no Bore is the only song that is original. Konniwa Hardy Party is a cover. And from the 80s, it's from the city pop era style. And so, like, they are set to release their new single in October 8. And I'm very excited, very, very excited. But, like, you know, their new single is only coming in October. So we're going to have 4 songs from an idol group after a huge period of time. So in a year, we're getting 4 songs. This is common for certain idol groups. It's different for every group. Obviously, there are groups that release more. There are groups that release even less than this. But usually, like at least a single per year or something. They are very active. They do events. They do concerts. They do tours. They do a lot of things, except new music. But what I want to bring here is that I feel like Human Idol Precure is a season that is being inspired a lot by real idols and not by idol anime, which is very different. Idol anime is great as well, but it's clearly not the inspiration behind You and Idol Precure. I just wish they could be inspired by something like Chotokimeki Sendenbu, which has like a new song every month. But obviously, idol anime in general has lots of music and lots of new music constantly being released. For You and Idol Precure, we see that the music release from Marvelous hasn't changed much. The only thing that they did was release one single more than they usually do, which was the debut single from Idol Precure, containing the 3 solo songs from the 3 cures, Ego no Unison, Mabataki no Kosenfu, Kokoro Revolution. That is the only thing that they did differently than other seasons that have the release of the single of the opening and ending, and then we have the release of the vocal album, and then we have the release of the single of the second ending, and then when the season is close to finish, we have the release of the vocal best. The vocal best album, I believe, can bring a new group song. I think, I don't know, because there's no new single being set to release so soon, so I believe that it can happen in the vocal best. In the vocal best, we might have a new song, which might have like a new song sung by the 5 cures, because we already have Kimi to Rurara. I really hope it's not the only one, because I mean, Kimi to Rurara can be the group attack. We don't really know. What do you think? And most importantly, what is your favorite song from You and Idol? So far, at least. We don't know if we know all of them. For me, it is Trio Dreams. It wasn't, but it really became something special after seeing it in the show and what it represents for the Idol Precure that I love so much. And this song I really connected to Trio Dreams, and I love it a lot. So what is your favorite? Do you have one specific favorite? Is it your Idol song, your Wink song, your Kyun Kyun song, Idol Precure song, Awakening Harmony, Trio Dreams, Kimi to Rurara? Ooh, girl. So many great songs to choose from. And there's even the vocal album that, I mean, they're not necessarily songs from the show, but they're still great songs. I love this vocal album. I'm going to do a video on it when it releases on the streaming platforms, because it's easier to talk about, I feel like. Anyways, babies, this is it for now. I want to take this little time to thank Inu for the translation. Thank you very much for helping me with this so much. And also the members of the Magical Cinema channel. If you're a member here on YouTube, on Patreon, on Throne, thank you very, very much. And if you've watched up to now, thank you so much as well. Thanks so much for watching, and until next time, bye-bye.